Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and I'm not going to lie. I liked the Lion King trailer. It brought back all the feels for me. It did. When I saw this image of Simba being held up by Rafiki over the valley, over everyone bowing to him, I definitely was like, yeah, this looks all right. All right, this looks okay. I think I'm gonna be pleasantly surprised. And that was my initial reaction when I watched the trailer. And then I got home from Thanksgiving dinner after they premiered it, and I watched it again on my 4K TV, and I still thought yeah, this looks great. This looks amazing. This looks wonderful. And then the stark reality set in. Disney is out of ideas. Disney is out of ideas, and Disney is placating. They're betting on nostalgia, and you know what? It works. It absolutely works. 100% works. I complain about remakes and reboots and reimaginings all the time. I'd prefer there to be, either a direct sequel to something or an original take on something, not a straight shot for shot remake, which is kind of what we got with Beauty and the Beast, to be fair. To be fair, the only real new addition to that movie that I could really put my finger on was, Lumiere, was it dabbing and whatnot, right? But Disney understands that there is money in nostalgia. They understand that there is money in milking you for everything that you can in regards to The Lion King. Take a look here at the box office numbers for Beauty and the Beast, right? A total domestic gross of $504 million on a production budget of $160 million, and its total worldwide take home $1.26 billion. Yeah, it made $1.26 billion. That's why they're doing it. They're going to give us more nostalgia crammed down our throat, done clearly better than some of the other people who have attempted it, like Ghostbusters. But that's why they're doing it. Cinderella here, 2015, had a take home of $543 million off of a $95 million budget. Still a huge success. And look, I'm not going to lie. I'm a big Downton Abbey fan. So Lady Rose as Cinderella was cool. Also, Daisy was one of the sisters. And then even if you liked the Borgias, the actress who played Lucrezia was the other sister, plus Kate Blanchett. And then, King Rob from Game of Thrones, and Kenneth Branagh, there's Haley Atwell. There's elements to Cinderella that I really like. But I'm still going to complain about it because I want to. But it goes back even further, right? It goes back even further. Look at Alice in Wonderland here from 2010. This is when it started. 2010, Disney realized that they could just remake this kind of thing, and they could turn it into $1 billion property, right? Alice in Wonderland, $1.2025 billion over the course of its domestic run. And even the Jungle Book here, 2016 is the Jungle Book. All right, we can see here $966,550,600 off of a $175 million budget. Now, the reason why I bring up the Jungle Book here is because that's directed by Jon Favreau, who's also doing The Lion King. So we can tell that this is already going to be a movie that Disney has full confidence in. It's probably one of the reasons why they gave Favreau the Mandalorian series to play in that Star Wars world, because he's already grossed for them quite a bit of money. Iron Man 2, even though those were Paramount, that still kind of led them to go and pick up Marvel and therefore go on to make, umpteen billion dollars off of these franchises that he helped launch. So they obviously know that there's value in Jon Favreau. And look, I'm a big fan, so I'm not even going to try. I'm not trying to attack the guy. The guy's just doing a job he's paid for. But you look at something like the Jungle Book, or not Jungle Book, but the Lion King, and you go, this trailer is just what I saw when I was a kid. It's been 25 years almost by the time the movie comes out. It will be 25 years. So they're banking on that particular number. They're banking on nostalgia, and they're banking on parents who were children who were completely gut-wrenched by watching The Lion King when they were younger, take their kids to go see it, for their kids to see the new and updated and improved version. I find that to be pointless. I do. I find that to be pointless. Because I understand Disney's in it to make money. I understand that. But selling us back nostalgia from our childhood, it does get to be a little bit old when it's not done in new and creative ways, right? And it's not that Lion King with the photorealistic animation and everything else is not going to look cool. It's going to look cool. Beauty and the Beast look cool. Jungle Book look cool. It all looks cool. But it's just selling us the same thing we've seen time and time and time again. And it's selling us a remake of something that we already know. Look at Aladdin. Aladdin, the teaser looked kind of cool, right? It looks like it's going to be okay, except for the actor who played Aladdin. Whatever. But that's going to be coming out next summer as well. So Disney's dropping 2 live action remakes next year. You know, no, 3, because they got Dumbo coming out as well. They're dropping so much stuff. And even Maleficent 2 comes out in 2019. They're dropping four of these movies next year. And there's a reason for that, in my opinion. It's because they're really trying to, I think, recoup the money that they're spending to buy Fox. I think they're dropping this kind of these movies. They want to for one own the box office. They're going to 100% in 2019. Nothing will even come close to touching Disney, especially when you've got Avengers 4. You've got what's the other one? There's an Star Wars Episode 9. All these movies that are going to be coming out. Toy Story 4. Nothing is going to come close to Disney. All right. But when it comes to remaking these movies, it just gets to be old. You know, I think Mulan might even be coming out next year, right? I know they're shooting Mulan at some point. So they just keep remaking these movies and remaking these old stories, and people keep buying them. We need, here's the thing. If you want original content, if you are tired of seeing these kind of things, if you are tired of this always being what gets made, then you have to just not go see it. You have to vote with your wallet. You have to not engage with it on a financial level. But they do this because they know people are going to go see it. They know people are going to buy the merchandise, and they know that the cycle is going to continue because that's how Disney operates as a company. And it's like, fine, I get that. But if you want the change, you cannot expect them to change when you keep giving them what they want. It's like a weird kind of, I don't want to call it an abusive relationship. I'm a person who definitely gives into merch. All right. I'm not going to sit there and argue that at all. But there also comes a time when you have to realize that they're playing you. And if you don't want to be a part of that, then you just don't engage. And look, box office returns on some of these movies have been dropping off like crazy. But only the big boys survive. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they spend a lot of money on marketing. And Disney will keep pumping that nostalgic well until people finally have enough and stop. And I don't know when they're going to do it. I don't know when it's going to happen. It definitely won't be 2019. But given what movies coming out next year and how much they are pushing out next year, it's likely that it's going to burst the bubble. And you know what? I'm okay with that. But to be fair, if anyone out there is a naysayer, I do hope these are good movies because I do want good movies made. But my biggest complaint coming off of, let's say, Beauty and the Beast was the fact that when I walked out of the theater, I looked at my girlfriend, I'm like, that was pretty good. But I could have gotten the same experience sitting at home and watching this movie on DVD. Nothing about it was different. Nothing about it was changed. Nothing about it was engaging. Nothing about it at all was like that. Even the upcoming remake of The Witches, which is going to be dealing with switching the settings, still doesn't change the core story that I've already been sold and that I've already seen. And this is the problem with Hollywood. Pumping the nostalgia well eventually runs dry. And maybe we're just getting to that point. And maybe that's why superhero movies are doing really well, other than these other films. And the reason for that is because they're not necessarily relying on nostalgia. They're telling these older stories that haven't been told on the big screen yet. Well, at least in most cases, Dark Phoenix notwithstanding. But that's what they're doing. And people like it because it's a progressive world. It's a progressing storyline. These are one-off tales we saw 20, 25 years ago. It's not like you read a book when you were a kid and they made it into a movie when you were an adult. It's a movie you saw when you were a kid that looks the same now, just with some better graphics. I would prefer original content. But what about you? How do you guys feel about this? Let me know. If you think these are going to be grand, great movies that you can't wait to take your kids to, or you can't wait to go see yourself, let me know. If you feel this is going to be a waste of time and Disney is just finding another way to suck the well dry, let me know. If you don't want to type it in the chat box, you can always call in to 818-350-3281. That's 818-350-3281. That's our voicemail line. And I will be answering those questions on the call-in. But please leave your comments. I do really want to hear it. Also, thumbs up the video, subscribe, and check back often for more content from me. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. Have yourself a great day, guys, and peace out.